Welcome to the TradeCentric University BI Portal Skills Training. In this video, you will learn how to use the transaction logger to gain valuable technical visibility into your transactional payload data across punchouts, purchase orders, and invoices. The transaction logger enhances your ability to monitor transactions by providing detailed information from session timestamps, routes, and contact data to intricate code-level insights via the logger and document decoder. This tool empowers customers by offering them the capability to independently troubleshoot, as well as compare past successful transactions with current issues to identify any discrepancies or changes. The transaction logger is an indispensable tool for maintaining oversight of service activities and augmenting problem resolution procedures. In this video, you will learn how to access transactional data of various types, such as punch-out sessions, purchase orders, and invoices. Additionally, I will guide you on utilizing the transaction logger to view code and demonstrate how to effectively use the document decoder. Let's get started by taking a look at the TradeCentric BI portal. Upon logging into the BI portal, you can navigate to the transactional data by selecting the Activity drop-down on the toolbar. The options you see in this menu will depend on the TradeCentric solutions to which you are subscribed. In my case, I see punch-out sessions, order requests, and order invoices. I will choose punch-out sessions to access my list of recent punch-out transactions. This view provides me with macro-level information for these transactions, including crucial details like the session key, contacts, routes, and timestamps. In terms of this higher-level information, you will find the identification number in the far left column on each list page for punch-out sessions, order requests, and order invoices. This number is referred to as the PO number for order requests and the invoice number for order invoices. Additionally, you can adjust the timestamp displayed for each transaction to align with your preferred time zone. To do this, navigate to your profile, select Manage Account, and choose your desired time zone from the drop-down menu. Next, let's move to the Order Request page. As with the punch-out sessions, you can see the PO number displayed on the left, maintaining the same list page layout. If we switch over to Order Invoices, the invoice number is also located on the left, and the information is presented in a consistent format. I will now navigate back to the punch-out sessions list so that we can look at the micro-level detail found within each transaction. To open a transaction, you can either click on the unique identifier link located on the left or choose the arrow situated on the right side of the listing. Upon selecting the arrow, the full details of the transaction become visible. This brings us to the Session Object page, where I can see it is a punch-out setup request. On the right, a summary section displays key information related to the punch-out session, including any subsequent purchase orders. These are conveniently linked at the bottom of the summary. Please note, irrespective of the tab selected on the left, the summary section remains consistently positioned on the right. The Order Object tab reveals details such as the header information, item specifics, and the raw session data. The Requests tab reveals the Gateway Request log. This comprises a list of all raw data coming in and out of the TradeCentric gateway, which bridges your buyers and your storefront. This is essentially your transaction logger, providing you with detailed payload data. Before we delve deeper, let's briefly see where we can find similar information for both order requests and invoices. Upon accessing the order requests transactions, I can open a transaction, and I see a Transactions tab where we encounter the same Gateway Requests section, which logs all incoming and outgoing activity. This remains the case when I move to Invoices and open another transaction. In this instance, the section is also labeled as Transactions. Now let's take a closer look at the transaction logger for a punch-out session. When I open the Requests tab, I can examine the payloads that were sent as well as the parsed payloads that the TradeCentric gateway posted. This also includes the responses received from the endpoints. Right here, we can observe the initial buyer punch-out setup request coming from in this case, Coupa. Then, we have the parsed punch-out setup requests and the authentication request that we posted to the storefront. And here you can see the cart return details, including what was received from the storefront, as well as the parsed cart return details, TradeCentric translated and sent back to Coupa. Let's take a closer look at the initial setup request by clicking on Open. A modal window opens displaying identification details. As I scroll down the page, I can see the CXML punch-out setup request that came from the buyer's procurement system. Now, if I wish to see the parsed store authentication and setup request that TradeCentric posted to the storefront, I can click Open on the next listing. This will show the translation by TradeCentric and the posted details to the storefront. If you wish to use the decode option, you can navigate to the Decode Options drop-down to choose an appropriate option. In this case, I will select HTML entities, which opens a new tab. From here, I can see multiple layers of encoding, and at the bottom, I will select the JSON by copying from the beginning bracket to the end bracket and then paste into the encoded document window. I then change the encoding type to JSON and select the Decode button. Now I can view the readable decoded JSON. Essentially, you're seeing the process wherein TradeCentric takes the initial CXML punch-out setup request, converts it into JSON format, and then posts it to the storefront for user authentication. As you can see, the transaction logger enables micro-level monitoring of connections and allows for your own independent troubleshooting. If you're experiencing issues with connections that were previously functioning properly, this tool can be particularly useful. It allows you to compare current problematic connections to past successful ones, helping you identify potential changes. You might ask, has the buyer updated their system? Have they switched platforms? Essentially, what has changed since the connection was last working correctly? In conclusion, this video tutorial served as an introduction to our transaction logger, a tool providing substantial technical insights into your data. You should now be able to access detailed transactional data encompassing punch-out sessions, purchase orders, and invoices. Moreover, you now possess the capability to leverage the transaction logger to compare past successful transactions with current issues and evaluate the micro-level details. This will enable you to identify discrepancies or changes that may have occurred. Thank you for watching this TradeCentric University video.